class, today we are going to start electromagnetic field theorem, which we term as the EMFT. And then we are going to start with the vectors aspect of the course. And the course is really easy. We just need to start gradually, build the confidence and the concept so that things will become easier for us. Okay. So let's start with the vectors aspect of it. Let's say we have a vector A. Okay. Having the parameters of let's say A small ax. This is the direction. Plus let's say B small b ay plus c a z. Okay. Now, assuming you are to find the magnitude of this particular vector, we are saying that the magnitude of the vector is given by what? Root of what? A squared plus b squared. We all know this plus what? Finally c squared. All what we are doing is we are doing the Pythagoras theorem. Okay. Pythagoras theorem, we are told that what? Anytime we want to find the magnitude of the vector z, having let's say a particular vector A here and then that of the B here, if you want to find the magnitude of z, the magnitude of z is given by what? Root of what? A squared plus what? B squared. But in this case, we are just adding what? Another third what? Plane to it. Meaning that we have three vectors in one, a particular plane. And therefore, we need to consider all of them in what? In the Pythagoras what? Space. Now, there's something we call the unit vector. The unit vector of A, okay, the unit vector of A is given by what? A vector divided by its magnitude. So you can say the unit vector is equal to the vector A divided by the what? The magnitude of what? The vector. So in this case, we can say A is equal to what? The vector A divided by what? The magnitude, which is what? Of course, in this case, is equal to what? A squared plus what? B squared plus finally what? C squared, which is really important in our analysis. Now, let's try to do something. So, in that case, we can say that what? The unit vector A, okay, is equal to AX plus B what? AY plus C what? AZ divided by the entire magnitude. Of course, we can just write them individually. Having A squared plus B squared plus C squared, and then we can do same for this side. So let me just put the magnitude there since I don't have enough space, and then we have what? Finally A squared. So that we can what? Have the what? The unit vector what? In the x plane, the unit vector in the y plane, and finally the unit vector within the what? The z plane. Okay. Okay. Now if we understand that, then we are going to move on to something we call the dot product of what? Two functions. Let's say we have vector A and then vector B, meaning that we have different vectors what? And an angle, a smaller angle between it. Okay. So given two vectors A and B, the dot scalar product of the two is defined as the product of what? The magnitude of A and the magnitude of B, and the cosine of the smaller angle between them. So the dot product between this is what? A dot B. A dot B. So we have vector A and that of the vector B. And then is defined by what? The magnitude of A multiplied by the magnitude of what? B. Cosine angle of what? The smaller angle that is found between it. So in this case, the angle is what? Alpha. Okay. So that is basically the point. The angle between them. Now, let's also consider the certain terminologies or the properties of what dot product. So let's talk about the properties. Okay, properties of what? The dot product. Now, one property of a dot product is that anytime we have a vector A, okay, vector A dotting vector B, then we are saying that it is equal to what? A squared. Okay, that is if A squared is equal to what? The magnitude what? Squared. Okay, that is it. And then also we are saying that what? A dot B, this is if you understand the problem, it makes you what? Finish your question so easy. Okay, or the question becomes more easier. So we are saying that A dot B is equal to what? 0 if the value of A is equal to 0. Now let me just solve one question under the dot product for you to get the concept very well. Okay, before I now continue with the properties. Okay, so let's say we have vector A, which is given by, let's say, 2ax plus 3ay plus 4ay z. And then that of the vector B is given by what? 6ax plus what? 7ay plus what? 2az. Okay. Now, the dot product of these two vectors is given by what? A dot B, which is equal to what? The magnitude of A alone plus the magnitude of what? B, cosine angle, oh sorry, the magnitude of A multiplied by the magnitude of B, cosine angle theta or alpha. Let me make it alpha here. Now, if you want to find the A dot B, so let's look for A dot B alone. And then one functionalities of this dot product is that it helps us to find the angle between what two vectors. Okay, so if we want to find the angle, we can see that what cosine angle alpha is equal to what? A dot B divided by what? The magnitude A and that of the magnitude what? B. Okay, so let's do this question together. So let's find A dot B alone. Here we can say A dot B. So if you have vectors like this, all what you need to do is that what? One properties of the dot product is that anytime we have vectors dotting themselves, right? So if ax is dotting ax, the result is given by what? 1. You get a result of 1. But then if ax is going to dot another plane, ay, it's giving us a result of what? 0. And if ax is dotting az, the result is also what? 0. Finally, if y is dotting y, you get 1. But then if y go and dot x, you get what? 0. Based on these functionalities, we can say that what the dot product is just you multiplying a plane by plane, because if you multiply any plane with the other, you get 0. Okay, so I can just put it in this form. I'll have A standing here, and I'll put 2, and then that of the B is what? I have 3 here within the A, and then finally I have 4 here. Okay, and then I'm dotting it with what? The B, the vector B, which is what? 6 in the x plane, 7 in the y plane, and then 2 in the what? In the z plane. All what I will do is that to multiply this by this. So 2 multiplied by what? 6 will give us a result of what? 12, right? Plus 3 multiplied by 7, which will give us what? 21. And then finally 4 multiplied by 2, which will give us what? 8. When I'm done with this, I will just add all these parameters, and that will give me the A dot what? B. Now we know how to find the magnitude. Finding the magnitude of A, right, is just you what? Taking the square root of what? All these three parameters. So the square root of A is given by what? 2 squared plus what? 3 squared plus finally what? 4 squared. Okay. Okay, and that of what? B is given by what? Square root of 6 squared plus 7 squared plus what? 2 squared. Okay, and that will be the result of what? Uh, magnitude of A and that of the magnitude of what? B. When you are done with it, you just come and replace these values here and that of this one here, and then A dot B was given as what? This parameter, and then you can take the cos inverse of what? That angle to find the value of what? The angle. Okay, so let me talk about the other properties of what? The dot product. One property of the dot product is given by we said A dot B, right, is the same as what? B dot what? A. In other words, what is commutative to as well. And then we can also say that what is what? Distributive what? In law as well. Okay. So that is basically all. And then based on what I said that what? If you have let's say AX dotting what? AY, right? So AX, a plane, another plane is dotting the other. The result is given by 0. Or if AY is dotting what? Let's say AZ, it will give us a result of what? 0. That's one properties of it. So in other words, if AX is dotting AY, sorry, if AX is dotting what? AF, it will give us a result of what? 1. Okay. Thank you very much, and that is that for the dot product. And then we are going to meet in our next class where we'll be discussing what? The cross product, and then we'll get to appreciate it more. Bye.